Hey friends, it's Len here from One Auto. So you saw exactly what happened in our little race. This window right here went down a little bit slower than the other side. Obviously, there's going to be a couple different things that you want to think about when it comes to window functionality, so let's get into it. Now, what you're going to find on most modern day automobiles is that they have a power window. Essentially, you can go ahead and push on that switch. It's going to send power all the way down to that window motor. The window motor is going to make the regulator do its job, make the window go up or down as required. But things can get worn down or break down over time, especially if moisture or debris are involved in the situation. So imagine if the window happened to stop functioning at all. It was going down slowly, you didn't worry about dealing with it, and now for some reason it's stuck in the down position. And even worse than that, maybe it's raining. Oh, great! It's everywhere! So let's go over what could potentially cause this one window to function slowly overall. Obviously, there's some parts going to be located in the doors, such as maybe a window regulator or even the window motor, and both of those are available at oneauto.com. The first thing I like to look at is the weather stripping along the door where the window is supposed to meet up against. Now this is going to be made out of rubber. Rubber, over time, can break down, whether it's due to the ozone or even possibly some foreign debris hitting up against it and rubbing into the area. When that happens, it's going to cause an issue where you have more friction on the window up against that rubber. Obviously, it's going to make it a little bit harder for the window regulator or even window motor to do its job. All that's going to cause extra strain on the motor itself, so it's going to wear down sooner than what you might like. I'll run my finger along the seal and try to feel if there's any type of debris or damage in that area. Generally, just by rubbing your finger across it, you're going to be able to tell if it's smooth or if it feels like it's rough in any way. Either way, it's a good idea to try to clean out inside that seal with a nice clean rag. Never use any type of parts cleaner in this area. It's going to swell the rubber and potentially damage it even more. Once you have it cleaned, go ahead and re-lubricate it. You want to make sure you use a specialty lubricant, so make sure you do your research. After that, the window should be able to function up and down much easier. Wow. Now I want to talk about the weather stripping along the window sill. That's going to be the area in between the door and the window. As the window is going up or down, the seal is supposed to just barely touch up against the glass. Now, if that seal is torn, worn, or damaged in any way, you're going to find that you have moisture or debris making its way into the door. Now, there's going to be some things inside the door that are mechanical or even electrical that could potentially be damaged. That's the reason why it's sealed up. They don't want anything getting inside there. So with that said, now we're going to talk about what's going on behind your door panel. Now, there's going to be a whole bunch of different type of window regulators that you could potentially have inside your door. There's a lot of different kind of cars, and of course, there's going to be different types of regulators for each one. Commonly, you might find some that look a little bit like a scissor, or even some that just go straight up and down like this. Either way, they function mechanically, and if for some reason moisture or debris made its way onto the window regulator, it could cause some sort of resistance and unnecessary wear. Oops. And that could potentially lead to some motor damage, which we're going to talk about in a minute. Now, to inspect that window regulator, typically it's going to be easiest if you happen to remove it from the door itself. Once you have it out of there, you can take a closer look at it. You want to give those channels a quick inspection. If your window regulator looks anything like this, throw it away, get yourself a new one. You want to make sure that there's no movement in between the areas that are supposed to glide together. They're going to have a little bit of movement, but if it seems like it's excessive, it could potentially cause a binding issue in that window regulator, in which case you're causing a lot of strain on other parts as well. So now once you have it clean and you feel as though it's still in good working order, the next thing that you would want to do if you're putting it back together would be to re-lubricate it. Otherwise, you'll run into issues in the future. Now, assuming all that's been checked and it seems like it's okay, the next thing that I would suspect might be the window motor. Now, the window motor is considered an electrical component. Inside of that electrical component, there's mechanical components. So essentially, the electrical current goes down through, it's going to power a motor. Inside of there, there's going to be several gears, the mechanical aspect. Over time, the internals can get worn or damaged to the point that the window either functions slower than it used to or even doesn't function at all. Now, at this point, I've went over pretty much everything that I can think of that might make this window function slowly. So let's test it. Perfect. Now, if you find that you are having an issue with the motor itself or even the window regulator, it's a good idea to make sure that you replace those as a pair, or even better, as an assembly. So you can order both of these parts from 1aauto.com. They're going to get shipped fast and free right to your door, ready for installation. Now, I hope you liked the video. I hope you found it interesting. If you liked the video or even love the video, go ahead and smash on that like button for me. It would mean the world. While you're at it, go ahead and subscribe, ring the bell. That way you, all of your friends, can be kept up with all of our latest content. Thanks.